Ladies and gentlemen, I want to tell you a story. A story about hunger, determination, and the relentless pursuit of greatness. Picture a lion stalking through the tall grass of the savannah. In the distance, he spots an elephant, a massive, powerful creature that could easily crush him. But does the lion see danger? No. The lion sees lunch. Meanwhile, the elephant sees the approaching predator and thinks only of escape. Run, flee, survive. Which are you in this scenario? Are you the lion, hungry, determined, seeing opportunity where others see impossibility? Or are you the elephant, paralyzed by fear, focused only on avoiding pain and discomfort? I'm here to tell you that we all have a choice. We can choose to be the lion or the elephant. We can choose hunger or complacency. We can choose growth or stagnation. You see, I was once like many of you. I was the same animal day in and day out. Wake up, go through the motions, attack the low-hanging fruit, settle for mediocrity. But then something changed. I became a different animal. I learned to attack strong, to go for the big game, to push myself beyond what I thought possible. The question is, are you a different animal, but still the same beast? Do you have that primal hunger inside you, that burning desire to achieve, to surpass your own limitations? Every single day when you wake up, do you smell blood? Do you go after that dream with everything you have? Or do you hit the snooze button, roll over, and settle back into comfortable unconsciousness? I'm here to tell you, I'm never full. I'm never satisfied. I'm never done growing, learning, pushing myself to new heights. When you are truly hungry, truly driven, you don't care about the facts. You don't care about the odds. You don't care what other people think is possible or impossible. All you care about is taking that next step, making that next leap, pushing yourself that much further. Nothing can resist the will of a person who stakes their very existence on achieving their purpose. When you have a made-up mind, when you have decided that failure is not an option, you unlock a power within yourself. The power to hold on in spite of everything. The power to endure pain, setbacks, and disappointment without giving up. This is the quality of a winner. So tell me, what are you made of? When life knocks you down, do you stay down? Or do you get back up again and again and again? The ability to face defeat, to taste bitter failure, to have your hopes and dreams shattered, and to still get back up and try again. This is what separates the winners from the losers. This is what determines who will achieve greatness and who will live a life of mediocrity and regret. If you can stay hungry, you can get the resources you need. If you can stay hungry, you can develop the strategy to win. If you can stay hungry, the ideas will come. If you can stay hungry, the right connections will align. The problem with so many people today is that they have lost that hunger. They have become complacent, lazy, satisfied with good enough. They have fallen into the trap of comfort and security. But comfort is the enemy of greatness. Security is the death of growth. To achieve something truly remarkable, you have to be willing to risk it all. You have to be willing to fail, to look foolish, to fall flat on your face, and then get right back up and try again. There is a new breed of champions emerging, rising from the ashes of doubt and mediocrity. These are the hungry ones, the relentless ones, the ones who refuse to settle, who refuse to quit, who refuse to let anything stand in the way of their dreams. So how does the lion become king of the jungle? It's all about mentality. It's about waking up every day with that hunger, that drive, that absolute refusal to settle for anything less than greatness. Go after your dreams. Chase them down like your life depends on it. Because in a very real sense, it does. The life you want, the life you are capable of living. It's out there waiting for you, but you have to be willing to go get it. You have to be willing to do what others won't do, to sacrifice what others won't sacrifice. The hero's journey is not easy. To become the hero of your own story, you have to be willing to face the monsters, both external and internal. You have to be willing to confront your fears, your doubts, your insecurities. You have to be willing to push yourself beyond what you think you are capable of. Everybody wants to be a beast until it's time to do what beasts do. Everybody wants success until they see what it really costs. Everybody wants to be great until they realize the price of greatness. I never looked at obstacles as problems. I looked at them as opportunities. Opportunities to grow, to learn, to become stronger. Who teaches you to be a man, to be a champion? Adversity, struggle, pain. These are your greatest teachers if you are willing to learn the lessons they have to offer. Greatness is not something you achieve once and then you are done. It's something you have to recommit to every single day of your life. It's a constant pursuit, a never-ending journey of growth and self-improvement. The most powerful thing you can be is yourself, not some watered-down, socially acceptable version of yourself, but the raw, authentic, unfiltered you. The you that's willing to put it all on the line for what you believe in. Dreams without goals are just dreams, and ultimately they fuel disappointment. You have to have goals, concrete objectives that you are working towards every single day. But here's the thing about goals. Achieving them is not the point. The point is who you become in the pursuit of those goals. Those times when you don't feel like working, when you are tired, when you are discouraged, when you just want to give up, but you do it anyway. That's the dream. That's where the real growth happens. It's not about the destination, it's about the journey. Without commitment, you will never start. But more importantly, without consistency, you will never finish. It's not enough to be excited and motivated on day one. You have to bring that same energy, that same dedication, day after day, week after week, year after year. You can't just say you want it. You can't just watch motivational videos and say, I want it as bad as I want to breathe. That's cute. But when it's showtime, when the sun comes up and it's time to put in the work, that's when it counts. That's when we separate the talkers from the doers. What separates you from everybody else is that when it's time to hunt, you are ready. You don't hit the snooze button. You don't make excuses. You get up and you get after it. It's a lifestyle. You don't want to go for a run? You go anyway. You don't feel like studying. You study anyway. You don't want to make your bed or clean your house. You do it anyway. This is how you start to callous your mind, how you build that mental toughness that will carry you through the hard times. When you can't control what's happening around you, you have to control how you respond to it. That's where your power lies. That's where you have the ability to change your life. If you stay in your comfort zone, that's where you will fail. Success is not a comfortable procedure. It's hard, it's painful, it's demanding. But let me tell you something. If you think the price of winning is too high, wait until you get the bill for regret. Wait until you are at the end of your life looking back on all of the things you could have done, should have done, but didn't do because you were afraid or comfortable. I don't just want to be a beast. I live like one. If you followed me for 24 hours, you would see that I do what beasts do. I don't take the path of least resistance. I choose the path of most resistance because I know that's what's going to prepare me for the journey ahead. Through hard work, through relentless dedication, you can outwork anybody. It doesn't matter how naturally talented they are, how many advantages they have. With enough grit and determination, you can surpass them all. It starts with yourself. You have to be willing to dive into the things you are afraid of. You don't gain confidence by staying in your comfort zone, by doing the things that make you feel good. That's a false reality. The second life gives you a real challenge. All you want to do is retreat to that happy, safe place. But that's not where real confidence comes from. Real confidence comes from facing your fears, from doing the things that scare you, from pushing yourself beyond what you think you are capable of. It comes from spending years at the kitchen table, struggling to learn something new, realizing you can't learn the way others do, but finding your own path anyway. What gives you confidence is not the absence of fear. It's overcoming that fear. It's facing it head on, day after day, until pretty soon you realize this is where it's at. This is where the magic happens. Not in that comfort zone, but in the discomfort zone. That's where your confidence is being built, where your character is being forged. Happiness, peace, enlightenment, it's all up here in your mind. It's all about your mentality, your mindset. You have got to want to go and face the hard things, the scary things. That's the hard part. But that's also where the growth happens. The physical standard is not what you need to meet, it's the mental standard. That's what you have to live up to in life. That's how I live my life. I now know that there is no cap on the human mind. There are no limits except the ones we place on ourselves. Most people quit when things get hard, but that's when I'm just getting started. And when you take that mindset and flip it around, that's what makes you powerful. Your body will follow where your mind leads. So I decided I was going to give myself a challenge every single day until the fear went away, until I built up that mental toughness, that resilience. And let me tell you, that's what more of us should be doing. That's how you build real confidence, real strength. When you overcome that fear, when you prove to yourself that it doesn't have control over you anymore, that's when you start to feel real peace. That's when you start to unlock your true potential. A lot of us speak in hollow words. We make grand proclamations and empty promises. I don't do that anymore. Everything that comes out of my mouth has substance. It's real, it's authentic, it's backed up by action. We all have these feelings in our bodies, our minds, our souls. The difference is, I act on mine. A lot of us are afraid of something, and we allow our minds to choose the path of least resistance. We go a different route, we avoid the thing we're afraid of. But when I'm afraid of something, that's a signal. That's my mind telling me you must do this. You must face this. Life is one big mind game, and you are playing it with yourself. You cannot lose perspective of where you've come from, of how far you have traveled. But you also can't become complacent. You have to keep pushing, keep growing, keep challenging yourself. I'm trying to give people a different thought process about life. Where failure, disappointment, discomfort, these aren't things to be avoided. They're tools. They're opportunities for growth, for learning, for becoming stronger. There are moments in life that can change everything. For me, it was watching that scene in Rocky where he gets knocked down but keeps getting back up. That 2 minutes and 13 seconds changed my life. It showed me what I wanted to be, what I needed to be. It was not about being the guy who won everything. It was about being the guy who never stayed down, who always got back up no matter how many times life knocked him down. And I realized, if that brief clip could change my life, maybe my story could do the same for someone else. Maybe I could be that 2 minutes and 13 seconds for someone who needs it. Everybody's got a story. We don't share it on social media. We only show the highlight reel, the wins, the successes. But we all have a dungeon. We all have struggles and pain and darkness. I'm just willing to talk about mine, to be vulnerable, to show others that it's okay to not be okay sometimes. Mental toughness is not something you sample occasionally. It's something you live in every day. When hardship comes, and it will come, you can't retreat to your insecurities. You can't look for comfort in the old familiar places. You have to retrain your mind to think differently, to see challenges as opportunities. The mental standard is knowing how far you have come. When I walk into a room now, I know the hours and years and decades I have put into becoming David Goggins. It's not something visible, not a trophy on the wall or a medal around my neck. I don't care how others perceive me. because through my journey, I figured out the one piece I was missing. I thought it's cars, women, money, fame. I thought it was everything external, but the one piece I was missing was me. Having the courage to face myself, to confront my weaknesses, to push through my limitations. I got my work ethic from the hours I had to spend learning, struggling, overcoming. When you are not naturally smart, when you have a disability, but you still want to be at the top of your class, that's when you discover what you are really made of. I didn't want to just get by. I wanted to excel. And I realized that even if I couldn't learn as quickly as others, I could outwork them. I could put in 10 more hours a day than they did. Do you know what kind of strength comes from that? When you are sitting there, struggling, while that naturally gifted student breezes through, but you know that through sheer determination and hard work, you can catch up and even surpass them. That's where the real David Goggins was born. At that kitchen table with 20 spiral notebooks that started empty and ended up full. When you go through something like that, when you can look back at the evidence of your growth and your struggle, it's unbelievable. It gives you a foundation of confidence and self-belief that nothing can shake. It wasn't until I got really sick, until my life got quiet, and I couldn't do all the physical challenges anymore, that I realized I had not taken time to think about what I had accomplished. I had done all these incredible things, but there was no finish line. I'd finish a race and immediately start thinking about the next one without ever stopping to receive my medal, to acknowledge how far I'd come. But when I started figuring out life, when I started reflecting, I realized, my God, I was this dumb, fat kid being bullied, and now I have lost over 100 pounds, learned to read, accomplished all these incredible things. I needed more. I was fueling my mind with everything, but I never took time to say, my God, you came from this hell, and now you are here. I had come 8,000 miles from where I started, but if you never know that, you are still mentally in that $7 a month place. So it's that quiet place, that place by yourself, those hours and years and decades of struggle, that's where the real growth happens. Then life has you by the throat when it's choking you out and you're sitting there calm because you're trying to figure it out. That's when you're growing. You are not panicking, you are not quitting, you are not throwing in the towel. You are saying, there's a way around this, and I'm going to find it. And when you figure it out, when life has you gripped in a vice and you can find a way through, that's when you overcome. That's when you truly become unstoppable. The journey of getting there, of becoming that person, is often harder than going through the actual challenge. That's the whole thing about life. It's that journey that makes you who you are. Everybody's great when they're not tired. But it's when you are exhausted, when you are broken down, when every fiber of your being is screaming at you to quit. That's when the real champions emerge. That's when the real dogs come out. That's when the truth about who you are and what you are made of comes to light. There are a lot of people who are very talented who can make it to the starting line. But there are very few who can deal with the pressure and stress that comes when you are actually in the arena, when you are actually facing the challenge head on. In my mind, I'm always the best. I am the greatest of all time. And when I hit you with that hard right hand of truth, of authenticity, of relentless determination, you will fall. You have got to win tomorrow. You have got to win right now. If you are passionate about what you're doing, keep going, keep believing, reach for the stars. Everything is always impossible until someone does it. Maybe it's never been done before. That's perfectly fine with me because I'm going to be the one to do it. Never say never because limits, like fears, are often just an illusion. Hungry dogs run faster, and I'm always hungry. I'm always pushing for more, always striving to be better today than I was yesterday. If you look at the greats in any walk of life, they do things when they don't always want to. That's the separation. It means you have to be more disciplined than not disciplined. I wanted to be the best I could be, period. No excuses, no compromises. When you see what I do, when you see the results I achieve, you will understand. The world will bow and admit that I am the greatest of all times. I believe that whatever I put my mind to, if I'm willing to make sacrifices and stay dedicated, I can achieve absolutely anything. I'm the most brutal, the most vicious, and the most ruthless champion there's ever been. There's no one who can stop me. I'd like to take this chance to apologize to absolutely nobody. I'm too good, too focused, too determined. You win some, you lose some, but you live. You live to fight another day. And I have always believed that I'm the Michael Jordan of this industry. When I'm on, I'm the one that will make you want to hear from me. I don't care who else is out there. It doesn't matter to me. By the time I finish speaking, I am the one you are going to want to listen to. That's my attitude. If something requires 100% and you give me 99, I might want to fire you. I'm about getting the job done. It's about the results. Unfortunately, when we look at our generation today, not enough people preach about that. We live in a society where people have become masters at pointing fingers at others as reasons why things don't get done. There's too much explanation going on. The bottom line is you are not getting it done. And if you are not getting it done, I need somebody who can. I am of the belief that if you truly adopt that mindset in your soul, then you walk to work every day not looking for excuses, but looking for ways to get the job done. And in most instances, you are going to be more successful than not. If you want to go with the status quo, if you are perfectly fine with just getting along, being safe and secure, that's your choice. But when you are trying to win, you are constantly looking to get better. My philosophy is very simple when it comes to my family, particularly being a dad. If they're hungry, it's because I'm starving. I don't eat until they eat. I'm not comfortable until they're comfortable. I don't have unless they have. That's the mentality I got from my mother. With that mentality comes a certain work ethic and a willingness to sacrifice. Am I the most disciplined person in the world? No. Am I the most meticulous? No. But I'm disciplined enough and meticulous enough to get the job done. The key thing is that the bottom line is everything to me, and whatever the bottom line requires is what I'm going to do. If it requires an excessive level of discipline, I'm going to do it. To me, it's whatever the moment or situation demands. You don't assume that opportunities are waiting for you. Obstacles are standing at every door. And that's a challenge you have to embrace and deal with. It's hard to deal with when you have achievement. You don't work hard to play hard. You work hard to have the ability to play when you want to. There's a difference. You handle your responsibilities first. And when you work hard and have that sense of pride, it doesn't go out the window if you utilize your efforts in the wrong fashion. When you do what's right and it's based on that effort you put in, then you feel good about it because you took care of your responsibilities. Then you can go play. I was not always confident, there's no doubt about that. I have always had my insecurities. But what I firmly believed in was that I always worked hard. I was never lazy. I was always somebody that believed in hard work. Betting on yourself is believing in you, knowing who you are, what you are worth, having an idea about it anyway, and being willing to work towards that to validate that reality. That's betting on yourself. It's your job, and if you can't do it, you scratch, claw, and even die trying. We make excuses every day, all of us as human beings. On far more occasions than not, I have to speak on the issue of accountability as it pertains to the entire world. When it comes to the issue of accountability, I get all of that from my mom. When my contract wasn't renewed back in the day, I felt betrayed and ticked off. My mother let me lick my wounds for a couple of days. And then she said, "What could you have done better? Are you sure you didn't do anything?" I thought about all this stuff, wondering what she was talking about. This just wasn't true. This wasn't right. I work hard, I do this, I do that, but then I started thinking about it. Yeah, I was a pain in the ass. I did kind of complain a little bit too much, But the biggest thing that I remember doing is that I always came to the bosses with problems. I never came to them with solutions. It was always about the problem, never the solution. I learned that no boss wants to talk to anybody that doesn't have solutions. Instead of working around the clock trying to figure out what somebody else wants from you, good or bad, there are moments that crystallize it for you in your mind. Pay attention and you will see what they are. You will know what to do accordingly. That is what I believe makes me the best. It's my commitment to excellence for the collective whole. Those of you out there, you lose it and you don't deserve to lose. You put in the work, you worked hard, and you lose it. I need you to do me a favor. This is the year to turn that around. Yes, you were rejected the last time, but go for it again. You were overlooked the last time, but show up again. Why? Because you are not finished. It is not over. You are not done. It is not too late. But what separates a dreamer from a doer? Let me break that down. 3 words: consistent follow-through. Imagine a basketball player shooting hoops. How do you know if that shot's going to go in? How do you know if that person is a shooter? You know how you become a shooter? You know how you knock it down? It's all in the follow-through. I know about tough times. They can make you or they can break you. Come on now, bring it. God did not give us a spirit of fear. So I didn't have time to be fearful. I had to replace fearfulness with being fearless and creative and take the initiative to do something else with my life. I am going to make it. This is my comeback story. It takes faith to step into your purpose. It takes faith to step into your destiny. It takes faith to pull away from everything that is familiar to step into uncharted territory to become the person you were born to be. It takes faith. So from the start, you must decide that you refuse to remain where you are. Have you ever thought about inspiring somebody else? Have you ever thought about lifting somebody else? We need you to be a light in the midst of darkness. This world has gone crazy. This world needs you to rise up. This world needs your dream. This world needs you to be you. Give as much time and energy to your dream as you do to your fears. That creates the opening for miracles to show up in your life. I need you to acknowledge the fact, acknowledge that you are losing. Are you hearing me? Acknowledge it. Own up to the fact that I'm losing. I'm losing financially. I'm losing in my marriage. I'm losing with my kids. I'm losing in personal development. I'm losing, and I'm tired of losing. I need you to own up to it. I'm losing. I'm a high school dropout. I'm losing. I'm working minimum wage. I'm losing. I'm getting in trouble with the law. I'm losing. My mom is not talking to me, and it's a strained relationship. I'm losing. I'm asking you to control what you can control. You can control going to bed. You can control getting up. You can control being on time. You can control going to class. You can control showing up. You can control doing your homework. You can control your attitude. You can control being nice. You can control doing what you say you're going to do when you say you're going to do it. It's your boy saying you want to be a winner and you want to stop losing. Minimize the errors and make the rest of your life the best of your life. Even when it looks like you are losing, you are winning. Never let uncertainty or doubt be the reason why you quit. Don't underestimate yourself. You do what you can do, and God will do what you can't do. Take the initiative. Learn something new. Throw your net on the other side. Be ambitious. Reach. Ask for help, not because you are weak, but because you want to remain strong. Just make up your mind and expect things to get better for you. You need to walk into your future whole, conditioned, ready to grab the people that believed in you before you made it to the top. Go back and get them. But first, you have got to condition yourself. Come on, who am I talking to? I'm talking to that person that's tired of where they are. You have to find a way. You must find a way to get back up. This is not the end for you. You will not quit. Do not take this life for granted. Live every moment knowing you will have no regrets. We are alive and breathing and capable of more than we could ever imagine. Float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. I'm the biggest fighter in all history. I'm the greatest fighter in all history, and I don't have to convince anybody now that I am great. They all know it. I will fight any man in the world. I will beat any man in the world. As you know, I'm a confident man. I don't believe or can see anyone beat me. Nothing worries me. This is nothing but a small thing that will soon be out of the way. I put everything on the line because I'm a true fighting champion. When I'm in the ring, I'm handling it, and I don't worry about anybody being that good to really hurt me. So if you don't believe it, come down here and try it. I am unranked. It will be no match. Oh, I'm so glad I'm going to make all of them shut their mouths. All my critics, I told you all, that I was the greatest of all time. I'm still the greatest of all time. I'm going to float like a butterfly and sting like a bee. His hands can't hit what his eyes can't see. Nothing can stop me. As you know, I have been under all types of controversy, all kinds of pressures, but look at my face. I'm the original champion, a veteran of 186 fights, not a scratch. Two-time United States Golden Glove champion, two-time United States national champion, World Olympic champion, 13 rounds out of the predicted one. He who is not courageous enough to take risks will accomplish nothing in life. I'm a risk taker. Tell all of the people out there who are betting against me that all of them are going to lose their money. Get to the fight early, because I might get him in one. All of you chumps are going to bow when I whoop him. All of you. I know you got him, I know you got him picked, but the man's in trouble. I'm going to show you how great I am. But I'm at such a high level that I don't think like you. I'm not like you. They just don't want to admit it. I'm as good as I am. What would you like people to think about you when you have gone? I'd like for them to say he took a few cups of love. He took 1 tablespoon of patience, 1 teaspoon of generosity, 1 pint of kindness. He took 1 quart of laughter, 1 pinch of concern, and then he mixed willingness with happiness. He added lots of faith, and he stirred it up well. Then he spread it over a span of a lifetime, and he served it to each and every deserving person he met. Some people can see farther than others. Some people are impressed with limitations. We all live in a world of limitations. Some people can see farther than others, so therefore, when people judge what I'm doing with their logic, it can't be done. Their reasoning says it shouldn't be done. Their knowledge of history says it can't be done. So their reasoning, their knowledge, and their logic clash with my superior belief. Therefore, the result is they don't believe. Here's how the fight's going to sound over the radio for those of you who can't afford to buy the expensive pay-per-view seats. And the fight goes like this. Ding! I come out to meet my opponent, but he starts to retreat. If he goes back an inch farther, he will wind up in a ringside seat. I swing with the left, I swing with the right. Look at the kid carry the fight. My opponent keeps backing, but there's not enough room. It's a matter of time before I lower the boom. Now I land with the right. What a beautiful swing. And the punch lands my opponent clean out of the ring. I have had too many fights. I fought all contenders. I fought every 2 months. I gave everybody a chance at the title. I didn't deny nobody. But really, I don't know who I'm going to fight next, and I really don't see anything around good enough to give me a warm-up. I want to fight the best and knock them out and truly retire well invested. And you tell everybody that I'm still the champion of the world, and I'm going to take them. I'm going to clean up the ring with them. I'm going to just sweep them all around the ring. I am the champion. I'm still the greatest, and I cannot lose. I'm going to prove to the whole world that I'm still the best. I will always be the best. I cannot lose. It's impossible for me to lose. Are we going to get the title back? Are not we the king of the ring? Are we going to do that? We cannot lose with the stuff we use. Everybody has a purpose in life. Mine was just to be the world heavyweight champion. I want to be declared by all as the greatest of all time. But I'm going to make you eat everything you say against me. All my critics, I am the greatest. I cannot lose. I'm pretty. I'm going to prove to the world that I'm still the fastest, the prettiest, the most classic, the most scientific, the greatest fighter of all time. For this fight, I have wrestled with alligators. I have tussled with a whale. I have handcuffed lightning and put thunder in jail. You know I'm bad. I have murdered a rock. I have injured a stone. And I hospitalized a brick. I'm so bad, I make medicine sick. And so fast, man, I can run through a hurricane and don't get wet. When my opponent meets me, he'll pay his debt. I can drown a drink of water and kill a dead tree. Wait till you see me in action. So I don't believe that I'm going to be knocked out and punched around. Experience is why I know I will win. And it's the fist that controls the brains, and my brains are so wise. My brains beat the best. I plan my fight round by round. See, I will think, oh man, see, the matador beats the bull. The bull is the strongest, the bull hits the hardest, but the matador is the smartest. Man conquered all the beasts in the jungles, got them in cages, but the beast can whoop the man. I told you I'm the champion of the world. I'm not a fighter, I can't fight, I'm nothing. I have only had 250 fights, never lost one. World Olympic gold medal winner. Two-time United States champion. International Pan American Games champion. National champion in 59 and at 60. Have predicted what round my opponents will fall in 16 fights. Don't have a mark on me, but I can't fight. Ain't people hypocritical? Now everybody bets on me. Ain't that something? I have done it. The great man has done it. I'm still trying to talk it into these people's heads. Listen to me. They don't have a man around to match me. I took on the world because I'm the champion. I'm the real champion. There will never be one like me. I'm going to prove I'm the greatest. I'm going to prove to you I'm the greatest. We can prove to the world I'm the greatest. I am the king of the world. I must be the greatest.